The morning arrives carrying a silent question. What will you do with this day that has just been born? It is not an ordinary question. It is an invitation from life itself for you to reconsider who you have been and who you can choose to become from this exact moment forward. You opened your eyes today, and that in itself is a miracle we often forget to celebrate. Because each new dawn is a blank page, virgin of judgments, free from the stories you told about yourself until yesterday. What if you could write something completely different on this page? What if you could use words of love instead of criticism, of possibility instead of limitation, of trust instead of fear? Bring your attention to the natural rhythm of your breathing. Don't force anything. Simply observe how the air enters and exits. Like an ancient dance your body has known since before you had memory. In this simple movement, there is profound wisdom. You are constantly renewing yourself. With each inhalation, new cells are oxygenated. With each exhalation, toxins are released. Your body knows how to heal itself. Your mind can learn this too. For how long have you believed it was necessary to carry everything alone? For how many years have you convinced yourself that your harshest thoughts about yourself were simply the truth? These beliefs were built brick by brick through experiences that taught you to doubt your own worth. But here is what no one told you with enough clarity. A belief is just a thought you have practiced so many times that it became automatic. And what is automatic can be reprogrammed. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes and feel the weight of your body supported where you are. Feel how you don't need to make any effort to be sustained. The chair holds you. The floor supports you. The earth sustains you. You are being cared for every single second, even when you don't notice it. This same force that keeps planets in orbit and transforms seeds into trees is working in your favor. You have never been alone in the journey of becoming who you truly are. There exists within you, in this moment, a version of yourself who never forgot your own magnificence. She was not corrupted by the voices that said you weren't good enough. She did not bow before the circumstances that tried to diminish you. She remained intact, radiant, patiently waiting for you to come back home, back inside yourself. This part of you knows truths that your rational mind sometimes resists accepting, that you are worthy of love without needing to earn it, that abundance is your natural birthright, that peace is possible even amid chaos. Now, my dear, let us awaken this energy that has always lived within you. Visualize a gentle light beginning to pulse in the center of your chest. It can be golden, it can be white, it can have whatever color your intuition chooses. This light doesn't come from outside. It has always been there, waiting for you to notice it. It is your pure essence, uncontaminated by stories of failure or unworthiness. Allow it to grow gently, filling your heart first, then expanding to your shoulders, your arms, your abdomen. Feel how where this light arrives, something loosens. Muscles you didn't even know were tense begin to relax. Memories that were hardened begin to soften. This light is the energy of true self-care. Not the superficial self-care of consuming things, but the deep self-care of treating yourself as you would treat someone you love unconditionally. Of speaking to yourself with the same gentleness you would offer a frightened child. Of recognizing that every thought you think about yourself is an act of creation, shaping the reality you will experience tomorrow. You have been living as if life were happening to you. But the revolutionary truth you are about to integrate is this: life is responding to you. Your dominant thoughts are like instructions you send to the universe. And the universe, in its infinite generosity, doesn't judge whether your instructions are wise or limiting. It simply delivers more of what you are emanating. More doubt, if doubt is what you cultivate. More love, if love is what you practice. More scarcity, if scarcity is what you expect. More abundance, if abundance is what you anticipate with faith. So, what will you emanate today? As this light continues flowing through you, washing away old blockages, dissolving contracts you made with pain, what new instructions would you like to send? Let's practice together. Repeat with me, aloud or in the silence of your heart. I allow good things to enter my life easily. Feel these words. Don't just say them, but allow them to resonate in every cell of your being. I trust that I am being guided toward my highest good. Let this trust settle into you like a gentle anchor. I release with love everything that has already served its purpose. Notice how there is lightness in this release. You are not tearing anything away from yourself. You are simply opening your hands and letting go. I open space for everyday miracles. Yes, everyday miracles. Because miracles are not always dramatic. Sometimes, a miracle is waking up with a kinder thought about yourself. Sometimes, it's choosing to believe you deserve something good. Sometimes, it's simply breathing and feeling gratitude for being alive. I am deserving of love and abundance. These are not just beautiful words, they are decrees. They are commands directed to your subconscious mind, which doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It simply executes the program you install through loving repetition. So repeat these affirmations whenever you need to remember who you truly are. Feel how the space around your body is expanding now, as if you were growing energetically, occupying more space, allowing yourself to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized. For so long, you may have made yourself small to fit into others' expectations. You may have dimmed your light to avoid bothering anyone, to avoid being too much, to avoid awakening envy or discomfort in others. But there is no virtue in diminishing yourself. Your expansion doesn't take anything away from anyone. Your light shining doesn't extinguish another person's light. On the contrary, when you shine fully, you give permission for others to do the same. You become a silent beacon that says, it is safe to be who you are. It is good to occupy your space. It is beautiful to let your light shine. I know there may be resistance within you. I know that a part of you might be saying, but what if I can't do it? What if it's too late? What if I've already wasted too many opportunities? My dear, these voices are echoes of old wounds. They are not prophecies. They are just thoughts that have become accustomed to circulating through your mind. And you can gently thank them for trying to protect you, and then choose a different thought. It is never too late to become who you have always been inside. People bloom in all seasons of life. There are those who discover their purpose at 20, at 40, at 60, at 80. Life doesn't have a rigid timeline for your transformation. The only moment that matters is this one, now. This exact instant in which you are choosing to believe that change is possible. Breathe deeply again. Feel the air entering, bringing with it new energy, fresh possibilities, renewed hope. And as you exhale, release the belief that you need to have everything figured out. Release the pressure to be perfect. Release the idea that you should be further along than you are. You are exactly where you need to be to take the next step. The pathways that seemed blocked in your life are beginning to reorganize, not because something magical happened out there, but because something essential changed in here. You elevated your energetic frequency. You aligned yourself with the current of goodness, and now, doors you didn't even know existed are beginning to reveal themselves. Opportunities that were waiting for the version of you who believes in herself are beginning to appear. People who vibrate at the same frequency of self-love and purpose are beginning to enter your orbit. This is not magic. It is alignment. When you change internally, the external world reorganizes itself to reflect that change. It's like tuning a radio to a different frequency. The music was always there, in the air, waiting. You just needed to adjust the dial. And now you are beginning to hear melodies that previously went unnoticed. Synchronicities that you used to ignore now capture your attention. Opportunities that once seemed destined for other people now seem to have your name written on them. This is your moment of rebirth. Not a dramatic and noisy rebirth, but a gentle and profound rebirth. Like a butterfly that finally understands that the cocoon was not a prison, but a preparation. You are leaving behind the identity that was built upon wounds. You are wearing the identity that has always been yours by divine right, that of someone who is loved, who is capable, who is deserving of all the blessings life can offer. Thank the old version of you. She did what she could with the tools she had. She brought you here. She survived difficult things and kept you alive to see this day. Honor that version of you with sincere gratitude, and then, with the same gentleness, let her rest. She no longer needs to carry you. A new version is emerging, a version that knows it is allowed to rest, that it is allowed to receive, that it is allowed to be happy without guilt. Now you have new tools, new understandings, a new willingness to love yourself through imperfections, to forgive yourself through mistakes, to celebrate yourself through small and large victories. And about gratitude, my dear, it is the key that multiplies everything good in your life. When you practice true gratitude, not as an obligation but as genuine recognition, something shifts in your energy. You stop chasing and begin attracting. You stop forcing and begin flowing. Because gratitude tells the universe, I see the blessings I already have. And the universe, in response, whispers, then I will send you more reasons to be grateful. Start small. Be grateful for the air you breathe, for the bed where you slept, for the water you can drink, for the fact that your heart continues beating without you needing to consciously command it. Be grateful for the lessons that difficulties taught you. Be grateful for the strength you didn't know you had until you needed to use it. And then expand. Be grateful for the things that haven't arrived yet, but that you feel are on their way. Be grateful for the future version of you who is already living the life you dream of. Be grateful for the doors that open, for the synchronicities, for the subtle signs that you are on the right path. Gratitude is not blind optimism. It is conscious recognition that there is always something good, even in the most difficult moments. It is choosing to focus on what is working, rather than only on what is broken. It is training your eyes to see light, even when there are shadows. It is perceiving that even painful experiences carry seeds of wisdom that, when watered with compassion, can blossom into deep understanding about who you are and what you are capable of. Think of a garden for a moment. A gardener doesn't spend all day pulling weeds and complaining about them. He removes them gently, then turns his attention to the flowers he wishes to cultivate. He waters the roses, not the thorns. And that is what you are learning to do with your mind. Not to deny that difficulties exist, but to choose where you place your energy, your attention, your care. If you wish to deepen this practice of morning transformation, set aside a few minutes after this meditation to reflect on these questions. Take a notebook, a sheet of paper, or simply allow the answers to arise in your heart. What thought about myself am I ready to release today? What new belief would I like to plant in place of that old belief? What would my life look like if I truly believed I deserve good things? What small action can I take today, on this exact day, to honor this new belief about myself? It doesn't need to be anything grand. It can be something as simple as looking in the mirror and saying, I love you to yourself, even if your voice trembles, even if you don't completely believe it yet. It can be choosing a nutritious meal because you deserve to be well nourished. It can be saying no to something that drains your energy without bringing anything back. It can be saying yes to something that brings you joy, even if it seems unproductive in the world's eyes. Small acts of self-love accumulate. It's like depositing coins in a piggy bank. At first it seems to make no difference, but you keep depositing. One day of gentleness with yourself, another day of more loving thoughts, another day of choices that honor your well-being. And one day you wake up and realize you are no longer living in survival mode. You are living in prosperity. Not necessarily material prosperity, though that too can come, but prosperity of spirit, the wealth of feeling at peace with yourself, the abundance of knowing you are enough, exactly as you are. And when you stumble, because you will stumble, because you are human, and this is a path of continuous learning, don't transform that into proof that you are flawed. Transform it into proof that you are brave enough to try. Rise with gentleness. Shake off the dust without drama. Breathe deeply. And begin again, in the next moment, with the same compassion you would offer someone you love. The universe is not judging you. It is cheering for you, conspiring in your favor, sending signs and synchronicities to remind you that you are on the right path. Life is not testing you to see if you are worthy. It already knows you are. It has always known. It is simply waiting patiently for you to know it too, for you to also recognize this truth that has always been written in your heart. This new day is opening before you like a path illuminated by the golden light of dawn. You don't need to know every step of the way. You don't need to have a complete map of the entire journey. You only need to take the next step with faith, with the certainty that you are being supported by forces you cannot always see, but that have always been working in your favor, that you are being guided by an inner wisdom that knows the way, even when your rational mind is confused, that your only job, your only true commitment, is to continue choosing thoughts that elevate you, words that honor you, actions that reflect the deep love you are now beginning to recognize as your birthright. Welcome to this sacred morning. Welcome to this space of renewal where everything is possible. Welcome to the recognition that you have always had the power to change your life by changing your mind, changing your thoughts, changing the stories you tell about yourself. And today, on this beautiful day that has just been born, you are doing exactly that. You are choosing to believe that transformation is possible. You are choosing to treat yourself with the love and respect you have always deserved. You are choosing to open yourself to abundance, to opportunities, to miracles that have always been yours by right, but that perhaps you didn't allow yourself to receive. I celebrate you. I honor your journey with all its ups and downs, with all its unexpected curves. I recognize the tremendous courage it takes to look inward, confront the shadows that live there, and choose the light anyway. To decide that, despite everything that happened, despite all the reasons you could have to give up, you will try one more time. You will believe one more time. You will love yourself one more time. And this decision, this simple but profound choice you are making now, is sending waves of energy through your entire life. It is changing your frequency. It is opening portals of possibility that were closed. It is attracting to you people, opportunities, and experiences that are aligned with this new version of you that is emerging. You are elevating your energy not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. Because energy is contagious. Because transformation inspires transformation. When you heal, you contribute to collective healing. When you rise, you create an upward current that can carry others along with you. When you shine with your authentic light, you illuminate the path for those who are still stumbling in the darkness, searching for their own light. So breathe deeply one more time. Feel the fresh morning air filling your lungs. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating, strong and steady, that sacred drum that never stops playing the song of your life. And say to yourself, with all the conviction you can muster in this moment, with all the faith you can feel, I am worthy of all good things. I am deeply loved by the universe. I am powerful beyond measure. I am deserving of all the blessings life has to offer. And I accept these blessings now with deep gratitude and grace, because you deserve it, because you can, because you are. And this day, this beautiful new day that has just been born with the rising sun, is only the beginning of your new story, a story of self-love, of deep healing, of pathways that open and energy that rises, a story where you are finally the protagonist who chooses her own destiny.